one thing that Michael Mills noticed is that he was supposed to be second on the grid, he's third. Luke McRae was supposed to be third, he's second. But regardless, it's going to be all eyes to the lights. The red lights go on, the revs rise, and away we go then for the MRO600 there. So very poor start for Aaron Monk on around about row 3 or 4 there, but it's a great start once again for AJ. Your pole position man will take the whole shot as they go in towards Coppit for the first time there. Looks like a few changes of position in around about the mid-pack there, but Aaron Monk on that Flyer Spitfire Kawasaki, he's got some work to do.
Yeah, certainly giving yourself a bit of a handicap on a 4-lap race is definitely not what you need. Right, past they come then. It is McRae there in second place. It's pretty much as it was actually last time. It's AJ being chased by McRae as we get the 600s underway at long last. And up they go towards Park Curve, out of Park, up towards the very long Chris Curve. And at the end of Chris Curve, you find yourself with the gooseneck. AJ there got a dozen or so bike lengths over Luke McRae behind Luke. It's a bit of a similar gap. We've got another pair of bikes. I think it's Michael Mills I can see there. Not quite sure who that is with Michael, but a bit of a look-see down the inside. We're going to see some passing in the midfield. Yeah, got that. Yep, we saw it's the same person. Actually, I recognise those red arms on the leathers there. So whoever that is very strong in the Mansfield. Somebody in the midfield there definitely knows how to pluck people off down into that particular corner.
So I can see AJ in towards the bottom of the mountain there. Luke McRae up next. Joey Landon is the next rider ahead of Jake Corty, I believe that is. So number 531, Jake Corty, 4th place on that number 531 bike. That's your top 4 as they go in towards Hornbend. Michael Mills up next, and then it's all a bit of a blur further down the order we go there. But Sam Hurst, he was up in the 4th place before the red flag there, so we'll keep an eye on where Team Valley number 91, Sam Hurst is at the end of this opening lap there. But of course, AJ out of barn then, getting a bit of a wriggle on then from the rear end of that Yamaha R6. He's across the line ahead of Luke McRae. So 76 leads 5, leads the number 3 of Joey Landon, who's inside of those podium positions. Then it is Jake Corty ahead of Michael Mills. Sam Hurst makes up 3 positions on the number 91 Kawasaki. And Sam Hurst ahead of Elijah Everton. Second of the Clubmans there for Elijah, the man from Horncastle, ahead of Kai Dickinson, Tom Vaughan, and Jake Anderton makes up 6 positions there. Further down the order there, looks like Adam Fruin's made up 11 positions from the back. Harry Gower seems to be dropping down the timing screen, as does the number 28 of Tom Walker.
Well, let's not call the ball on that one too soon, because obviously, as we know, you get timing glitches, of course. And unfortunately, with the timing glitches, what happens is it takes a while to catch up there. Any jump start penalties you can see, mate?
Not at the moment there, but everybody looked as though they left the line on time, I suppose would be the best way to word it. We've got yellow flags though, I can see being waved in towards Coppice there, Keith. I don't know if you can see who may or may not be missing from this one, but there are yellow flags being waved at Coppice.
Okay, no sign or anything here, I'm afraid, so I can't confirm that either way. Jake Corty there, good news for Jake, as he leads the Clubmans there ahead of his, well ahead of his rival, Aaron Monk. You mentioned Aaron there making a terrible start. Whereabouts is Aaron?
Aaron across the line the previous time round was 14th. He dropped 6 positions.
Where does that put him in Clubman?
6th.
Okay, so a couple of points there, but Jake Corty, he's leading the Clubmans, isn't he, at the moment?
That's right, yes, he's there in 4th position overall, but yeah, certainly that yellow flag there, not for any of the riders inside the top 4, as AJ gets the power down once again. Half race distance, 2 down, 2 to go, and it was a 4-second advantage over Luke McRae, but Luke McRae still has Joey Landon for very close company there. Jake Corty next across the line, Michael Mills, Elijah Everton and Sam Hurst is your top 7 as they come across the line to reach half race distance. Kai Dickinson ahead of the number 54 machine of Jake Anderton, Tom Vaughan, your top 10 across the line. And then it is Fred McMullen ahead of the number 67 of Edward Ansell. Then it's Barnes. Monk remains in 14th place overall, 6th place in class. That yellow flag down there at Coppice has been put away now, which is good news there. But that yellow flag put away at Coppice, so all of these guys then, if they do have the appendages to think of a challenge up towards Coppice, then they can do so.
Yeah, certainly a fast pace. I think about going down the inside of somebody. Yeah, Aaron Monk there going past me. He's stuck in a bit of a bunch there, so it's bad news to him. And as we mentioned before, tricky overtaking here at Cadwell Park, because you've got to move offline. Being online is quite a dry experience. Moving offline, it can get a little bit damp, but and of course you've not got too many laps to do here as well. Just the 4-lap race, and they'll be coming around and getting the last lap flag this time round, aren't they, Bradley?
No, you're absolutely right there. So we are on to the half race distance and the penultimate lap here. So I'm watching that battle for second place there. AJ's already in towards Hall Bensden as we watch for the number 5 and the number 3, the Triumph and the Kawasaki there. That's Luke McRae leading Joey Landon still as they go in towards Hall Bens. Jake Corsi at 1.1 seconds behind that battle. And looks like we've got a good one there as well between, that's Kai Dickinson. I believe that's Kai Dickinson still leading Jake Anderson and Tom Vaughan over the top of the mountain and into Hall Bens as the last lap flag goes out now to AJ. So just 2 and a bit miles remaining for AJ between himself and yet another race win in the MRO600 Championship. Here comes Luke McRae and Joey Landon across the line then. So the gap between those 2 riders, 0.3 of a second, and they both went PB on that lap. Here comes Elijah Everton, who's managed to get ahead now of Sam Hurst. Elijah Everton ahead of Sam Hurst and Michael Mills, who drops 2 positions down to 7th place there, Keith.
Okay, just wondering once again if tyres are coming into play. You think everybody's probably gone out on wet weather tyres in this thing, but I do wonder if somebody maybe taken a bit of a punt, maybe changed the rear for a slick or something like that. I don't know, it's always really hard to judge, but certainly from where I'm sitting, the track is looking very dry online at least. So I think there may be something to be gained by taking a bit of a tyre choice. What's the fastest lap we've seen so far?
Fastest lap is a 1:43.0. That was set by AJ, not on the lap they've just completed, but the second lap. So AJ with a 1:43 flat. Nobody else is underneath the 1:45 yet.
Yeah, what a surprise. That's still around about 10 seconds from the ultimate pace. So that does tell us the track in real terms. Obviously, you make up a lot of ground around here in the corners. So yeah, I think somebody asked me for some tyre advice now. I don't know. Still a bit of a puddle down at the bottom here. No, I think I'll say I don't know. It's a lot easier that way. It really is. AJ's going to be heading towards that checkered flag very shortly indeed, isn't he?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. He's already deep into the woodland section there, and we'll be reappearing out of barn. Here he comes then. AJ, bike number 76, takes yet another victory in the MRO600 Championship. Then 25 points into his pocket for his championship bid. Then Luke McRae is next up in second place. Joey Landon, try as he might, it wasn't quite enough in the end there for Joey Landon on that number 3 Kawasaki. He rounds out the podium ahead of Jake Corti, who is the first of the Clubmans. Here comes Sam Hurst. He got the better of Elijah Everton on that lap, but still it is second place in the Clubmans for Elijah Everton. Michael Mills, 7th place overall, 5th place in class. Next up is the 35 of Kai Dickinson. Jake Anderton up next, and then it is that Tom Vaughan across the line. Indeed it was. So Anderton rounds out the Clubman podium ahead of Tom Vaughan, who is 4th in the Clubman. Next up, Fred McMullen on that Kawasaki ahead of Povar. Edward Ansell next across the line. Is he? No. Yes. He lost a few positions there, but let's have a look. McMullen, Povar, Monk, and then Ansell by a quarter of a second. So Aaron Monk then inside the top 5 in the Clubman 600s ahead of Edward Ansell. Then it's Adrian Felinsky, who didn't get a jump start penalty this time around, I'm glad to say, for Adrian there. Then it's Barnes, Otter, Fruin, Monroe, and George Higgins rounds out the top 20 overall, the top 10 of the Clubmans ahead of Stewart. Jack Allen coming across the line now, and the number 27 machine of Pets will be coming across the line very shortly indeed. So Timothy Pets will round out